All right, so thanks guys for being here tonight. Thanks for joining Team Forever Strong's weekly call, and it is January 21st today. So I'm happy to see you guys all again. I always get so excited for Thursday nights to do our calls, so I'm happy that you're all here. So I wanted to just start off by, welcoming in a lot of the brand new coaches that we have on our team. We have a lot of new coaches being added into our team page recently, so just welcome to our team, and we're so excited and happy to have you here. And I wanted to start off now by just going over some recognition this week. We had a lot of new Emerald coaches pop today. I saw on our team page, so I'd like to just start off by congratulating Emily Biggers on becoming an Emerald coach today. I am so excited for her. She's a brand new coach. She, had only been coaching for, I think, like 8 days, and she became an Emerald coach, and she was able to hit Success Club all in 8 days. So she's doing awesome, and she's really motivated and really on a mission to just try to help as many people as possible. So congratulations, Emily. Does anybody else have any Emeralds that they'd like to shout out? They can just unmute and give them a shout out. I know we had some today.
Hey, Kathy, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hey, guys. So I have an Emerald to announce, Wendy Smith. She has worked her butt off, and I'm so proud of her. She made Emeralds just the other day, and so I'm so excited to announce her.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Anybody have anybody else? I know we had a couple more on the team page. Maybe they're just hopping on now. Oh, Emily, I just gave you a shout out. Congratulations on your Emerald and becoming an Emerald today. She probably can't hear me because when you log on, you can't really hear it first. All right, does anybody else have anybody that they want to congratulate for any rank advancements? No, can you hear me, Emily? Oh, awesome. Okay, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I just wanted to congratulate you on becoming an Emerald coach. You had hopped on just after I congratulated you and gave you a shout out. So congratulations for hitting that rank. I'm so excited for you. You're doing awesome.
Thank you.
Keep it up. All right, so since we have no one else here, we can share maybe at the end if anybody else hops on. All right, so I wanted to talk about a couple things here on our laundry list here of items that I wanted to go over before I get into the main chunk of the team call, which is going to be all about, Facebook. So we have the Diamond Push group starting on Monday. The deadline to sign up and join is this Sunday. So every single coach, whoever is on this team call, anyone, tell your teams and tell your coaches, everyone should be in this group, okay? It's $25 to participate. Most of the coaches are matching that amount and putting in $25. The pot right now is up to about $1,000. So whoever becomes a diamond coach at the end of that 7-week push will be able to get a piece of that pot. All the money is going to be put back out to you guys, to whoever becomes a diamond, and dispersed evenly amongst those coaches, okay? So there's really no reason to not be in this push group to become a diamond coach. If you're nervous and you're worried and you think that you can't do it, then you need to just get out of your own way and jump in and make it happen and do this. Really, no matter what you are trying to achieve in this business, whether you are doing this for a hobby or you want to turn this into a really successful business, you have to be a diamond coach. I mean, that's really where, it starts to finally start to happen. You start to see some progress and you start earning, that little bit of that income coming in. So that's really just the tipping point and just the beginnings of when things can start to get serious for you. So everyone should shoot for this goal. We have incredible training that's going to be going on every single day, and you just check in, and it's really doable. It's just Monday through Friday. It's going to be about a 15-minute, training that you'll have to do that will really help develop you into a really solid leader on the team, which is what you want. All right, so make sure to tell your teams, tell your coaches. You have until Sunday night at midnight. Just make sure to join that, and it's going to be so worth it. It's really going to help you. All right, so I'm really excited to hear, in the next 2 months, all these new diamonds on the team popping, because we have so many people already in it right now. So I'm really excited for you guys. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the Team Cup, which is kicking off on February 1st. So everybody should be in a group for the Team Cup. It's groups of 5. And if you are a lifetime diamond, you definitely should be leading a team right now. So there can only be 1 lifetime diamond, 1 diamond per team, and then 4 other people. So you don't have to, it could be anybody, you know, that could be on your team. It doesn't have to be like right from our team. If you know other Beachbody coaches on other teams, you can join up with them. But this is a really, really great way to grow your business and really see some massive growth within your business. It's really fun. You work together as a team, and basically for the whole month of February, you work together to try to change as many lives as possible. And it's going to be based off of Success Club. But at the end of it, I mean, these coaches who really get involved in this, their businesses take a whole new shift. You know, especially I'll use myself as an example because I tend to push really hard when we do the Team Cup. I know like every February, my business tends to really like shoot up and explode in February. And it's because I'm pushing so hard during that month for this Team Cup. So if you need a team or you're not on one, make sure to reach out to your upline coach. You know, I have lots of coaches too, and I can help you guys, you know, be placed with a team so that way everyone is part of a team. I have my team done and already formed. And there's also a team document in the file section of our team page so that as you guys create your teams and register them, you can record the names of the people and your team name on that document so that we can all see and we can all cheer each other on. All right, so make sure to get into the Team Cup registration deadline is the 31st. All right, the wait list we have for the Success Club trip to Punta Cana next 2017 here. There's a wait list right now. If you aren't on the wait list, it might even be too late right now at this point. Put your name on it anyways, because people are always canceling, you know. And what I wanted to say about this too is that if you're on the wait list, I know a lot of you guys are right now, make sure that you read the fine print about being able to attend this trip. All right, they start taking people off the wait list like right away throughout this whole year. Because people decide that they don't want to go. And so if they call your name and your name comes off the wait list, one of the requirements is that you had to have hit Success Club the month prior to that. So for example, if they call off your name next month in February, if you didn't hit Success Club this month, you can't go. All right, so this is another really good incentive for you to make sure that you are hitting Success Club every single month, because you don't really know when they're going to call your name off the wait list. And how horrible would that be if they called it off and then, you know, because you didn't help 3 people get started on their health and fitness journey, you couldn't go on it. All right, so just keep that in the back of your mind as you know, go along your journey through this year. All right, we have our 21-day fix challenge group, which is starting on Monday. So you guys can continue to invite to that and plug your people in. We're going to be using the same group that is ending on this Sunday. So it's an awesome group, and we had a lot of interaction and engagement. And I know a lot of people from this previous group are going to continue on and do a second round in this next one. So we're going to just be adding people to that. So if you need to be added, just let me know and we can add you in there. All right, we have, last but not least, we have a Success Club rally group that just went up today. So this is a specific group, and I've done this before, and then I kind of get away from it for a little bit, but it really helps coaches hit Success Club. So if you are a brand new coach, or if you are just really, really working hard and you want to hit Success Club by the end of this month, I create this Success Club rally group, usually around the 20th of the month, and we run it until the end of the month. And every single day, I am going to be posting up, you know, really specific tips and action steps for you to take on that day so that you can achieve Success Club by the end of the month. So I'm going to be taking tips from myself, from my best practices, and from other leaders on the team who have consistently hit Success Club over and over again, month after month after month. So if you want to be in this group, you know, make sure to let your upline coach know and we can add you in. Guys, I'm going to be totally honest. If you are in this group, okay, these action steps and these tasks that I'm putting in, they will work if you do them. All right. A lot of you guys might not know this, but when I first became a coach, my first 5 to 6 months, all right, I was hitting like anywhere between Success Club 30 and Success Club 50 plus every single month. And ever since then, I've maintained Success Club 20 plus every single month. So I know the exact action steps that you need to take to help 3 people get signed up that month. All right. So if you follow those steps and you actually put them into place and take that action, and you do that these next 10 days of the month, you will hit Success Club 5 by the end of the month. But you have to do them. You have to show up in there and you have to put in the work. It's never too late to hit Success Club. I'll use Emily as an example. We have brand new coaches coming in. She came in and within 8 days hit Success Club. We've had people on the team lock it in 1 day. We've had people lock it in on the last day of the month. It's never too late. It really is, a mind shift and just a whole mindset thing with believing that you can do it. So just get in that group if you haven't hit Success Club yet. I can't stress the importance of hitting Success Club. If you are not helping 3 people and hitting Success Club every single month, nothing will happen with your business at all. It will not grow. All right. So you need to make this a priority. And, I was actually watching a video the other day from Melanie Mitchell, the top coach in the company. And, she was saying one of the key things to, hitting Success Club every single month is to always make sure that you invite people and that you invite your, 3 to 5 people every single day to join your challenge group. And that if you do that every single day, no matter what, and if you make it a commitment to yourself that you are not going to go to bed at night, no matter how busy you are, until you've reached out to those 3 to 5 people, and then you do your follow-ups, that you will 100% be able to do this and beyond every single month. All right. Now, if you're in the Success Club Rally group, the invites are obviously not going to be just 3 a day. All right. That's if you start at the beginning of the month and you reach out to 3 to 5 people every single day. But if you're just coming on now and you're looking to lock it in, obviously you have to amp things up a little bit, and you guys can do it. All right. So jump in, take action. Let's grow your businesses and get you to where you want to be so that you can have the success you're looking for and hoping for in this business. All right. So what we're going to talk about tonight. Does anybody have any questions about any of that stuff that I went over? I see some chats going on here. No. Oh, Kelly, did you have anybody that you wanted to shout out, recognition? People who hopped on late, we did do recognition for Emerald. So if you do, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I have an emerald tonight, and I'm sorry I was getting the kids in bed.
That's okay.
Still out of town, so I was a few minutes late. Yeah, I have Stacy Coronado, who is a emerald officially as of today. So
awesome! Really congratulations. That's exciting.
Yes.
I have a new emerald too, Jenny Phillips. Congrats, Jenny.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I know I saw a lot of them popping today in the team page. I love it. All right. So
wait.
I missed somebody.
It's me.
Where are you? Oh, Jane, right there. Hi.
Sorry, I jumped on late too, guys. And my dog is barking. She's excited about it. One of my coaches became a lifetime diamond today. So
whoa,
huge,
congratulations.
Huge. Yeah, Jen Schultz. And I know she couldn't be on the call tonight, but I'm so excited for her. And I haven't had a chance even to create an announcement because I thought she still had another week and it just has been crazy. So anyway, congratulations, Jen.
That is so amazing. Your team is blowing it up. All right. I love that. I love hearing all these rank advancements. It's so exciting. All right. So now we're going to get into the bulk of the call here. So we're going to be talking tonight about Facebook. And we're going to be talking a lot about Facebook and, specifically about how to build a following, over time, so that way people can come to you, and how to basically attract people to you. And it's actually called attraction marketing. Okay. Now this is something that takes time, and it's something that you need to be very consistent with. But at the end of the day, you don't want to have to be going out, finding these people all the time, on your own and reaching out and inviting tons and tons of people. All right. You want over time people to know to come to you, so that way you don't have to work it hard at that area. All right. So this takes time, like I said, it takes consistency, and it finally has just started actually to happen to me probably about 3 months ago. So about 15 months in, I would say that I was able to, since then, people were coming to me on a regular basis that I was able to actually, lock in Success Club, just from those people coming to me. Success Club 5, or maybe like Success Club 8, just from 3 to 4 to 5 people coming to me, without me having to go to them. All right. So it's nice to be able to get to that point. So we're going to talk about that tonight. So when you're on Facebook, all right, and if you're a brand new coach, one of the basics, one of the first things you want to do is you want to make sure that your profile picture is a picture of you, a clear picture of you and your face so that people can see you. All right, because that's the first thing that they're going to see. You're going to be sending friend requests to people. People might be searching for you. You want them to know who you are. So if I had a picture of, like Kirsten up as my profile picture, she's adorable and everything, but people would not know that that was Kathy, Kathy Reuter. So make sure you have a nice, close, upfront picture of yourself. Preferably with not, without like sunglasses on or anything like that, like so they can really see your face. Then you're going to want to make sure that your cover photo has a good variety of different things about your family. Could have some motivational quotes. You want to stay away from putting up stock images from the website for like 21-day fixes on sale this month with like Autumn Calabrese and the containers with like sale and all that stuff. Like you don't want to look like a salesperson. So you want to personalize it as much as possible. And after I go through all of this information, I am going to screen share with you and show you different examples and all that of all these topics that I'm going to go over. So you're going to want to make sure that you do that. So you have a nice variety of things that like you believe in and that are important to you in your cover photo. So, some people are like really into, religion, and they have something about that, happiness, family, quotes, little pictures of your family, pictures of, maybe you could even put a transformation photo of yourself in one of the little columns. And you can just use, PicMonkey to design this, picmonkey.com, or you can use Canva, .com to design these things. You want to have a good mix though. Then you're going to want to make sure that your profile, everyone can do what they want, but what I do is I set my profile to public. So that way people can search for me and they can find me. At the beginning, I was a little like kind of weary about this because I had kids and all of that. But what I do is I hide certain posts that I put of just like my family or just the kids, or as I'm putting up a picture of like Kirsten or Landon, there's a little drop down arrow next to the post before you post it of who can see it. And so I will usually change those ones and just put friends so that just my friends can see it and not like any Tom, Dick, and Harry who's searching for Kathy Reuter who I'm not friends with. All right, so that's a good way to kind of get around that. And it really just expands your network because people do, eventually they come looking for you and searching for you. And so that's the only way that they can really see about what you're doing. All right, so just, you can do with what what works best for you, but that's what I've been doing. That's, what I've been taught. All right, you're gonna wanna make sure that you are adding 3 to 5 new friends every single day to your network, because eventually and pretty quickly, depending on how many people you are inviting every day, you're going to run out of your warm market. You're going to blow through all of those people who already know you. So I have pretty much built my entire network from starting with, I had like around 300 friends when I first became a coach. And now I have, almost close to 2,400 just by adding 3 to 5 new friends every day. And I'm going to show you how I do that when I share the screen. But basically, I just go to one of my friends and I look at their mutual friends. And if we have like 8 or more mutual friends in common, I send them a friend request. Now, obviously, I don't go to a Beachbody coach's, friends, because that's like their territory. You stay away from that. But somebody who's not a Beachbody coach, and I send them a friend request. And I've never had anybody give me a hard time about this because they see we have mutual friends in common. So they know that they must know me through somewhere. We're connected somehow through someone they know. There are a lot of people who actually also join groups on Facebook. So you can do what works best for you, but there are a lot of people who, are part of different groups on Facebook for things that you have in common with or things that you were really interested in. So I mean, I am part of, lots of different moms groups and running groups and, teaching groups, so many different groups. And I know coaches in the network who have built their entire network off of just being in those groups. So that's another thing that you can try as well, and just get in those groups and start posting and start getting out there so people can start to get to know you. And it's just a way for you to meet and make new friendships with people. You're not going to go in and start spamming everybody with, join my 21-day fix that starts Monday, last spot, but it's going to give you a chance to start to build relationships with new people. So see what works best for you. It really just depends on what is going to work the best for you when you get out there and start doing this. For me, like I said, I've had really good luck with just adding 3 to 5 new friends and taking the time to go to their wall, like their post, comment on their post, and really just get to know them. Like, I've made so many new friends just by doing that over time. And that's how I've grown my business. So see what works for you. I need to sip of water. Hold on. So then you're going to want to make sure, guys, that you are posting 3 times a day, right? 3 times a day. And I know some of you might be like, oh my God, 3 times a day is ridiculous. Because I got to be honest, when I first became a coach, okay, I was really bad at posting every single day. I was really inconsistent. I would post like one day, and then I wouldn't post for like 3 days. And then I'd post twice in one day, one the next day, and nothing for 2 days. And I was really inconsistent. And even though, I was a fast mover in this business, my success was pretty inconsistent then, because I wasn't being consistent with it. And I wasn't understanding how social media worked. And I wasn't able to wrap my brain around the fact that these people are not seeing what you're posting, guys. Like, they're not. So even if you put something out there and then like 2 days later, you want to post something similar and you're like, I don't really want to post it. I kind of just posted this the other day. My friends are going to see it. It's not. The same people are not seeing your post. And so that's why it's so important that you are posting consistently throughout the day. Try, morning, noon, and night type of thing. So that way it's hitting all a different group of people. And obviously, yes, your family and close friends are going to be seeing the same things. But I mean, you're trying to grow a business here. So this is more for newer people who are watching you and watching what you're doing and trying to learn about what you're doing and deciding if they want to do this or not, right? So it's really important. So the 3 different posts that you can do, I usually say like 1 beach body post. And when I say like a beach body post, I mean like something about, a program maybe that you've done. You could do a before and after picture. It doesn't need to be in your bathing suit, guys. It could be in clothing. An invite to a challenge group. Whatever you do, you want to make sure that you are personalizing it as much as possible. Always personalize it as much as possible. Another type of post that you can do, I usually say, is something like inspirational or motivational. And you can go to Pinterest, get some inspiration there, something that kind of connects with you, and then write a little thing about it and put the picture up with it. You always want to put an eye-catching image with it, because that's going to stop someone's scroll when they're going through the news feed during the day and they're checking their phone or they're on the computer. So you always want to do that. And you want to make sure too that you are putting spaces in between your writing versus like one big huge block. You want it to be readable and easy to read when someone's scrolling through. So, lots of white spaces. That's why you'll see me sometimes with my longer posts, I'll put like the period in between each one. It just breaks it up a little bit more, and it's easier for people to read as they're going through their newsfeed. And then the third type of post that you can do too is to just do something about your personal life. So you want to share something about you and what's going on in your life. You don't want people to look at your wall and see that you are, just a Beachbody coach, and that you don't have, a husband or a wife and kids and dogs, and that you're a teacher or you're a nurse or you're a personal trainer. You want people to know that you have a life. And so you want to make sure that you have a nice mix of things on there on your wall. And in one of those 3 posts too, a really good thing to do is to just, give somebody a tip. With everything you do, you want to make sure that you are adding value to people during the day. Even if it's just to one person, you want to add value to someone so that, you're inspiring people, throughout the day. And like I said, even if it's just one person, that's all that matters, is that we're inspiring at least one person every single day. And you might not see them like or comment on these posts, but I can trust you right now. Trust me right now when I say they are reading every single thing that you are posting. Even if you get like crickets on one of your like most vulnerable posts, they are reading every single thing word for word. And how do I know that? Because I just posted up, for example, a picture of Kirsten, all right? And like in 20 minutes, she gets like 75 likes. And then, so you know people are seeing it, versus if I make like a nice long post about, you know, something about how my life has changed, you don't get as much traction. But that doesn't mean that people aren't seeing it. They are. All right. Okay. So the most important thing is that you are consistent over time. And if you are consistent, people will start to come to you over time. So how many people have read The Slight Edge before? Raise your hand. All right. Yeah, that's good. A lot of hands went up. So you guys know how this works. If you haven't read The Slight Edge, it's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Definitely get it and listen to it. It's how it works. Small little things over time compound and create massive growth. And that's what happens with this business. You post, you post, you post, you post. You don't get much traction. You post something like ridiculous that you don't think, you know, that you think is going to be stupid, and you get like all these likes and comments. And then you post something awesome and you're like, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to get a lot of traction. You get nothing. And then you kind of learn, you know, as time goes on, and you try different things and you see what works. But over time, you get more and more of a following, and more people starting to come to you and start to friend request you and start to reach out to you, and referrals. And that's kind of nice, because that's where you want to get to at a certain point in this business. All right. But it takes time. Be you in all your posts that you do. You have to be like your authentic you, your genuine self. So when people see you on social media, it should be the same version that they would see if you were sitting right next to them in your kitchen, or if you were hanging out in the living room or whatnot. You don't want to try to, you know, be like any of the other coaches in the network. You can look to them for inspiration to get ideas, but you always want to be just you. Because at the end of the day, the people who you're going to attract to you are going to be like you and are going to resemble you. And that's what you want. And you're only going to get that if you be real to yourself, and you share everything, and you share your struggles, and you share your failures. It's really important to not give the impression that you are perfect on Facebook when you are a Beachbody coach, because that's not relatable, because perfection is not real. People struggle. People have, you know, hard times. People go through tough times in their life. And it's important that you share everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad things, you know, on social media, so people can see that you are a real person, and then they can relate to you that way. So much more. So share all that and get vulnerable at times on social media for people to see. All right. It makes them feel, you know, that they're not alone. So just remember that. And you know what, if you're sitting there typing out a post one day, you know, a vulnerability post, and just you're just going to throw it all out there one day and share something that you've been kind of nervous to share. And if you're typing it and you're like, I don't know, should I really hit enter? Like, should I do that? I don't know. What's so-and-so going to think? That means that you should just do it. That means that you should just hit enter and put it up there, because those are the posts that are going to really hit home to the majority of people on the other side of that screen reading your post. So it's really important that you get vulnerable and you share some of that, you know, those tough times, you know, with everybody to see. All right. A lot of times too, this is super helpful. I would highly recommend checking with your spouse first, but it does help if you can somehow weave into your post your husband's name, and he allows you to tag him, or even just tag him in the post. It expands your market, because not only now are all of your friends seeing it, but now your spouse's friends are seeing it. Now, don't just go doing this without his permission. He'll kill you if he's not on board with this. You want to ask. But that's actually how I've done 3 of my active coaches on the team. You know, Courtney was that's how that happened. He went to high school with her. Erin and Jenny, and 2 out of the 3 of them are diamond coaches on the team. So you never know, but it's a really good way to expand your market so that your posts reach more people. Okay. I'm just reading the chat here, making sure I'm not missing anything. So And a good way too to see, guys, if you are really and truly adding value is to just ask a friend or ask another coach on the team to go to your wall and have them scroll back through like 5 to 10 of your posts and have them be honest. Have them look and see, am I adding value to people? Am I interesting? If a stranger were to come across my wall right now, or if I was a stranger and were to come across your wall right now, do you look like someone that I would want to follow? Do you look like someone interesting? Like, what are you going to do for me? And think about that and just be honest. You know, have your friend or the coach on the team be honest about that. So that way you can start to work on that. And you should always be looking to get better and make improvements as you go. Another good thing to do too is as you're making your post, see if it passes the so what factor. All right. If someone's reading your post and they're like, so what? Like, what about that? And if you're saying that to yourself as you're about to post it, then that means that you need to kind of adjust the wording and just tweak it a little bit. So that way it's just worded a little bit differently. It's all about the wording, guys, and how you put it out there. But you don't want someone to read your post and be like, so what? You know, like, what was the point of that post, you know? Especially when you're talking about like the health and fitness part. Or even if you're giving like tips and stuff for moms, if you're a mom on the team. So just ask yourself that question and see if your post passes that question. So what? Or the what about that question that you can ask. All right. When people look at your wall, and I always tell, you know, my new coaches too and everything, when you're scrolling through your wall at the end of the night, and this is really important, okay? If someone is to come across your wall and they're looking at your wall, do they know that you are a health and fitness coach? Or do you just look like someone who is into like health and fitness? There's a big difference there. When people go to your wall, they need to know that you are a health and fitness coach, because when they are ready to get started on their health and fitness journey, they need to know to go to you because they're going to need help and guidance. And if people look at your wall and you just look like you're, you know, like you're like an inspiration, you're an inspiration to watch and you're really into health and fitness and I love your recipes, but they don't know that you're a coach, they're going to go to the website when they want to do a Beachbody program and order from there. And that happens a lot. And I'll hear a lot of coaches say like, oh, I can't believe it. Like so-and-so didn't go through me and blah, blah, blah. Like they call from the website. It's because you're not being consistent enough. They don't know that you're a coach. It's plain and simple. You might have even told them that you were a coach months ago, but they're not remembering that because they're not seeing it. They're not seeing it. And you need to be out there every single day. And people need to know that you're a health and fitness coach and that they can go to you for help and support once they get started on their health and fitness journey. So these are just really specific things that you can ask yourself, and you got to be honest with yourself, you know, when you're looking back at your news feed. All right. What you are posting about is what you are going to attract. All right. So if you are posting all workout pictures, then you are going to attract people who want to do workouts. If you are posting tips and recipes and, you know, just meals and stuff that you're making, then you're going to attract people who need help with their nutrition. If you're talking mostly about coaching and what the coaching opportunity has done for you and how it's changed, you know, how it's changing things for you and your family, you're going to attract coaches. And so if you look at some of the coaches on the team right now and some of the leaders on the team, you know, and the people who are bringing in active coaches, if you go to their walls, you'll look and you'll see they're more out there about what this coaching opportunity has done for them. You know, they're more in your face about it, you know, so that way in a good way though, not like, you know, join my team, I'm a coach and it's changed my life. You know, they weave it in. I'm going to show you some examples later, but it's out there for people to keep seeing because it's true. People need to see it. I think somebody said like 7 times before it actually registers that they should do it. So when you think that you've posted your story too much, you didn't. And when I was actually at the leaders conference with all the 5-star diamonds and above, the top leaders in the company said that you actually need to be posting your story or some version of your story, some snippet of it every single day. So you want to keep that in the back of your mind when you're posting. A really great tip too that I heard, and it was probably the best tip. It was the most genius thing I've heard. I'm not going to lie. in my 18 months as a coach, it was the best piece of advice I ever heard was from Bonnie Engel. And I know some of you guys already heard this. She is the #5 coach in the network. But I listened to her call probably maybe 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and she gave the best advice I've ever heard. And it was this: if you are talking to somebody and you get an objection, which we all know, guys, we get objections all the time. We get objections that, it's too much money. I don't have the time. I'm not at my goal weight. I could never be a coach. The list goes on. If you hear an objection, you turn that into a story and you address it on Facebook and turn it into a post. And you relate it back to yourself and how you thought that too at the beginning. And you talk about how that's not the case and how that is possible. And so what that does is it puts it out there for people to see who are maybe considering coaching, but they've had that same worry. You're kind of answering their questions and putting their mind at ease without them having to even come to you. So you're saving yourself a lot of time versus having like the personal conversations and having to answer it. You've already answered it because they're seeing it now right there, smack dab in their news feed. And I started doing that, guys. And if you've noticed, that's why I've been able to actually introduce like 7 to 8 active coaches this month, active coaches, like legit, want to run the business this month. And it was because now I have been consistent with that. And I took that tip that she gave, and it really and truly is really changing my business. Like I am noticing major changes over here because of that one simple tip. I've had people now coming to me saying how, this coaching thing's looking more and more interesting to me now, or I never knew that I could actually coach if, I wasn't at my goal weight, but I saw your face picture from when you started to now, and it's incredible. Tell me more about it. So try it out, guys, and be consistent with it. And as you're answering those people's objections, turn it into a post on your wall. It really, really helps. It really does. All right. Also, think about the times that you are posting during the day. Think about your target audience and who they are. So, for me, I'm targeting, moms, teachers, because I have my background and my experience in that. And so think about who your target audience is, who your ideal coach would be, and think about the times that you're posting. So for example, I'm up really late, right? But I'm not going to put up my best post or an invite to my challenge group at like 11:30 at night, right? Because let's just face it, most moms are in bed by then because they're waking up all night long with their little ones, or they're getting up early to go to work the next day. So they're in bed by like 9, maybe 10. So you want to be really time conscious, think about that when you're posting it. So for me, my best times to post, are first thing in the morning, sometime between like 6:30 and 8, about mid-afternoon, around like nap time, sometime between like 12 and 2. And then as soon as the kids go to bed, which is like most moms, somewhere between 7:30 and 9 o'clock p.m. Those are my key times to post important things you want going up during those times. And so you want to think about who your ideal coach is. And I actually learned this when I was at the New Leaders Conference last year from Melanie Mitchell, the top coach in the company. And if you've been in our Coach Basics training, which hopefully all of you guys have, this is why I put this piece of training in there. But it made so much sense. And what she said was, think about who your ideal coach would be. Really think about that and write down all the qualities and characteristics that you would want your ideal coach to have. What would they look like? How old would they be? What would they work? Would they be a stay-at-home mom? Would they be married? Would they have kids? What do they do for hobbies? All these things. And you'll start to notice when you write this out that your ideal person is someone very much like yourself, which is why if you look at our entire team, most of this team are a lot of teachers, a lot of nurses, mostly all moms, people with kids. And that's because that's what people can relate to with me, because that's what I am. I'm a mom with kids with a background in teaching. And so that's who I attract. You're not going to see me, not that I'm going to turn down people, but you're not going to really see me probably really connecting too much with like the 22-year-old college student, because, I'm past that. That's not really my niche. Okay. And so think about who your ideal coach would be. And every single time that you are posting something important, Imagine that you are talking to that person. Imagine that you were literally sitting on your couch in the living room having a normal conversation with this person. What would you say? And then post that on Facebook, almost like you're talking to that person, because that's what you want to do. You want to attract those people who are like you to come to you. So that's a really good tip to do. Let's see here. And okay, this is really important too. Facts tell, you've heard them say it, facts tell, stories sell. If you can try to turn, people don't want to hear like, you know, all these facts about the 21-day fix. They want to hear about you. They want to hear about how it's changed your life and weave it into a story, all right, about how it can help them. That's really what connects with people. Okay, so as you're making your post, think about that, because people at the end of the day, guys, we are all selling the exact same things, but people are actually buying you. You have something that is appealing to them, and it could be something very small, and you might not even know what the heck it is, but something that they saw about you, they want. Because you know what? They could just go to the website and they could buy the program or the product, or make a phone call and order it online or whatever. But they're buying you. Something about you has attracted them to come to you. And so think about all of that as you're making your posts every single day. What would attract people to come to you? And the only way that it really happens, guys, is by being yourself and just being authentic and being true to yourself and just getting out there. Be optimistic all the time. Even if, I know negative things happen, okay, but find a way to turn it around if you're going to post about it. Because like I said, you know, we may be someone's one piece of source of happiness or inspiration that they see that day. You know, some of us, I feel like we take it a little bit for granted as Beachbody coaches because we have so many Beachbody coaches as friends. When we're scrolling through Facebook, we see a lot of all happy, awesome, exciting things, right? From all these coaches, because we're like all super happy, optimistic people. But to the average person who's not a coach, you know, they're not seeing all of that. You might be their only friend as a Beachbody coach and the only person that is posting anything uplifting or inspirational to them. So remember that as you're posting, to just be as optimistic and positive as possible. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to screen share real quick here with you guys. Let me get to that. Okay. All right. Let me get over here. Okay. So let me go back here to my notes here. What we're going to do is I am going to show you just really quickly how I add 3 to 5 new friends every single day. So let's just see here. I'm going to type in a friend's name here. Okay, so I'd go to one of my friends. This person is not a Beachbody coach. You do not want to go to a Beachbody coach. You know, I always take a second to like their posts, you know, and then I go to their friends and I scroll through, okay, and let's see here. You want to try to find mutual friends, and you have like at least, I say, 8 or more mutual friends. Okay, so I see this girl here, Kristen. We have 9 or more mutual friends. I'll add her. Okay, takes a couple seconds. This one, 18 mutual friends. Add her. A little bit more. I like to go a little extra with the invites, the ads if I can. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time with that. This girl right here, add. Okay, then I usually pick one more person. Okay, here. So this is someone that, you know, I went to high school with. She's not a coach. You know, I had already commented on her picture of her and her baby and stuff. You want to make sure that you do that, guys, that you're commenting and posting on other people's things, not Beachbody coaches, because then all you'll see in your newsfeed is Beachbody coaches. So I'm going to go to her friends, scroll down really quick. Okay, here. Do him and one more person. This one right here. Okay, that's it. So that took like 1 minute and I just added 4 new friends, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys some really good examples of posts that add value, that give tips, that talk about the coaching opportunity, just so that you guys can see about this, okay? So let's go to, I'm gonna go to Courtney. I'm gonna go to yours, Courtney, first. I use some people on the team page too. But anyways, if you aren't friends with Courtney Bordeaux, you need to become friends with her or follow her on Facebook and check it all out, because her posts are awesome and she does a really great mix and she's just herself about everything. But one post that I really wanted to show you in particular was the one from today. Yeah, this one right here. This was a good one. This is what I mean about the whole, see, she's got the nice picture here, you know, why not you? So that's what someone's going to see when they're scrolling through in the morning. Why not you? And if you read it, it's just a really great post, you know, slippers and sweats for me today. Woke up feeling like crap. I'm grateful I don't have to play the call out game this morning. Do I call out or do I go in? Do I have any sick time? Will my boss be mad? Do I sound sick enough? You know what I'm talking about. When I signed up to be a coach, and then she talks about this. I was on my last week, and this is a really good story to share with people. Like, I didn't even know this one part here, Courtney, as I was reading it today. I mean, listen to this. As I was on my last week of unemployment after getting laid off by my wonderful employer, 9 months pregnant, I had zero money to be purchasing a workout program and Shakeology. I didn't even know if I would be able to pay next month's bills, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. I kept coming back to this opportunity after secretly stalking my coach for over a year, which is true, guys. She did not like or comment on any of my posts for an entire year. When your intuition keeps telling you something, listen to it. I decided to give it a try for a month to at least try out Shakeology that I had been hearing was so awesome and see if I could make enough to at least get that covered. I figured, what do I have to lose? I wanted to lose my remaining baby weight and tone up, so if it didn't work out, I could just cancel. Only 3 months later, I am more than covering my Shakeology as well as Matt's and working my way to replacing my full-time income as a graphic designer. Woohoo! Insane, but it's possible. I love what I do now. I have reconnected with so many people. I'm forming new friendships, which has always been hard for me as a pretty shy person and doing my best to help people. So as you can see, all right, she is relating this back to herself. Like, she's sharing a bit of her journey for people. So the outsider looking in at this is like, wait a minute, like, wait, this girl's sitting at home with these like awesome comfy slippers right now, and she's like kicking her feet up, and she's with her 2 little kids. Like, I want to be with my 2 little kids. Wait a minute, she's getting paid to do this? What the heck is this whole thing even about? Wait, she's almost going to replace her income as the graphic designer? Wait a minute. You better believe this has raised a lot of red flags, and she's going to be having some more active coaches because she does this kind of stuff consistently. All right, so she is going to be attracting, you know, coaches to the coaching opportunity. Okay, so she's a great one to follow, and she does lots of great tips too with like the food, recipes, and things like that. So check it out. All right, we're going to check out somebody else here now. Yes, we're going to you, Katie. Katie Benoit is awesome at her post too. And what I wanted to tell you about her, so if you haven't been friends with her yet, get friends with her. She's super organized with her posts. You don't want to miss a day, guys, posting, because it'd basically be like if you owned a coffee shop and, like, you know, people were used to going in every day at a certain time to get their coffee. Imagine you went to Dunkin' Donuts every single day, the same one, to get your coffee. And you drove to the drive-thru, you got it, you were on your rush to work, and you left, you grabbed it, and you were good. And then the next day you went, and like the lights were off, and you'd be like, wait a minute, why the hell are the lights off? Is this thing even open? And so you wouldn't go, you'd just drive right by. And then maybe the next day, like the lights were off again and the doors were closed, and you were like, what is up with this place? I thought that, are they closed or something? And then the next day, the lights are all on again, and it's like, oh, I guess they're open again. This is the exact same thing with your business. You cannot miss a day of posting. You can't. I don't care what it takes to make it happen. You have to post every single day. And so Katie is a really, really awesome at using Postcron or Hootsuite to get certain posts up, because she's super busy, guys, all right? Her husband is full-time military. He's going to be leaving soon for a couple months. She has 2 little kids at home, full-time working mom, all right? So she gets a lot of her posts planned out the night before. So if that's you and you're really busy, spend the 20 minutes the night before going on Pinterest, getting some inspiration there, and just getting it set up in Hootsuite or Postcron so you can get them out. If you know you're going to be busy on the weekend and you're not going to be around to post, do that. Take that piece of advice and do it. So anyways, she does a really great job of sharing a lot of tips. So I wanted to show you like these smoothie bags with this. This is really great. But then I wanted to show like a tip here for adding value. So much good stuff on this ball. Where is it? All right, right here. Like this one's really good. The water challenge. Okay, just people will quickly say and take a look at this and be like, it'll just trigger the thought that, shoot, like I really am not drinking enough water, you know? And so this is just a really good tip that she gives. And it's for free, guys. People like free tips and value that's going to help them. Right, so she's someone else. I wanted to go over here. Okay, Jessica. Okay, unbelievable. I don't know if you guys saw this today, but seriously, Jessica has, look at this transformation here that she has here. Isn't that incredible? Oh my God. And she got like, I mean, look at this, like 150 likes basically, okay? But again, before and after pictures, I mean, nothing can be more powerful than a before and after picture. You don't need to be in your bathing suit, obviously. You know, just post up a picture in your clothes like this. And she's being real, you know, in this post. She's talking all about how she felt. You know, how did she feel in this post here on the left, you know? And now the difference, you know, this is just 5 rounds of the 21 Day Fix. Guys, 4 months. And look at that. It's amazing. Like seriously, such an inspiration. And so she is living proof that you can do it if you put your mind to it. And so when people are scrolling through their wall and they're seeing this and they feel like, I'm so far from where I need to be, like, I don't know if it's ever going to happen, they're going to see this. And it's like a huge source of inspiration for people. So before and after pictures, it's so important that you get them up. People need to see that. They're going to blow right by if you just talk about what your results were, if you did like the 21 Day Fix or the ultimate reset or whatever. They want to see it. You have to see it to believe it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, get the picture up there so that it becomes more real to people. If they see you accomplishing it, they know that, hey, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, I knew her before. Holy mother of God, that's amazing. And they know it's real, and they know that the programs and products that you're talking so highly about, that they work. All right. We're going to go right here to Courtney Bell. She's another coach in the network. She talked on our team call before. Really, she does a really good job. I wanted to show you this one post in particular, but as you can see, she's got her kids up here. So she's very relatable. You know, it's not just a beach body billboard. You want to stay away from that kind of stuff. Where is that post? It was really good. It was just a quick little tip for moms. This one right here, quick. By far the best $12 I ever spent. Most days I have to put the tunnel away because I can't stand the arguing for whose turn it is next. I put it away about a month ago and totally forgot about it until I was switching out clothes and found it in storage. So enjoy, kids. In a few days, it'll probably disappear again. But for now, enjoy. So parents who are maybe looking for things to do on rainy days or in this cold weather might see this and be like, oh my God, that's a great idea. $12? Let's get it, you know? Something fun to do for the kids. That's adding really good value to moms out there looking for things to do. And then we'll do, let's see. Okay, well, I'll show you Bonnie Engel. I'm sure you guys probably follow her. Again, you don't want to copy these people. You want to go to them, though, for inspiration. But this is the one right here who, you know, she gave the tip about using the objections, you know, overcoming people's objections. But if you look at her wall, I mean, she talks about the coaching opportunity every single day. Right now, she's speaking at the New Leaders Conference in California. So people are, you know, seeing that. I'm like, wow, like she must be doing amazing things with this. But if you scroll through her wall, you know, it's a combination of workouts. It's happy. It's upbeat. You know, she's smiling in all the photos. She's, you know, she's being herself. She'll share her struggles too. But you want to make sure that you definitely share a variety of things here so that you can kind of reach all levels of people. I wanted to find one here. Let me see here. I don't know where it is. I don't know. She does so many good posts. Anyway, she posts like 5 times a day, guys. So that's probably why she's top number 5 coach. But you get the gist of it. So I'm going to stop the screen share right now. All right. So I hope that helped a little bit. I know it was a lot of information. So don't overthink it, guys. Don't overthink what you need to do. Just be consistent with your posting. Choose to show up every single day and be yourself. And whatever you do, make sure you're adding value to people in some way. And like I said, people need to know that you're a coach. So that way, when they need help, they know to go to you. Does anybody have any questions about any of this? Now Courtney wants the tunnel, see? Exactly. When I saw it too, I was like, oh, I'm constantly looking for stuff to do. The kids are killing themselves over here with toys are being thrown around the house. It's like, it's crazy. Does anybody have anything they want to say or add, or maybe anything that's been working for you that you wanted to share real quick before we let you go? No? All right. Okay, cool. And probably within the next week, guys, I'm going to be doing like a live power hour and, you know, hopping on here and walking you guys through exactly what I do for my power hour, and we can all work at the same time. It's going to be awesome. So keep your eyes open for that. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great night. And once again, thanks for being here. I love seeing your faces, and keep rocking it out. There are 10 days left in this month, guys. And I'm so proud of all of you working hard every single day. People are constantly locking in Success Club here with 10 days left of the month. Plenty of time, guys. So don't give up on yourself. Keep working hard to help as many people as possible. Don't let yourself cap out just because you hear Success Club 5 or 10. Don't stop when you get to 5. Don't stop when you go to 10. Keep going, because it's going to grow your business and bring you closer to where you want to be. All right. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.